Hey guys, what's going on? Riverman here. So I just got back from a movie, A Violent Nature, which came out 2 weeks ago. This is an IFC film. Premise is when a locket is removed from a collapsed fire tower in the woods, that entombed a rotting corpse named Johnny, a vengeful spirit spurred on by a horrific 6-year-old crime. His body is resurrected and becomes hellbent in retrieving the locket. So this movie is very interesting. This is a slasher movie. I didn't know what to think. I heard some people that were kind of anticipating it, but I never really jumped on board. I watched the trailer pretty recently, and then it came out here. I think this is a Shutter. This is gonna be a Shutter exclusive. So Shutter put this out, and IFC, and it did a 2 week run. So I think last week it did pretty well. So they ended up keeping it another week. So I was like, I'll go and check it out. I'll support it. So I went and watched it. Slasher movies. It's a modern day slasher that is a lot different than your typical slasher. So this is kind of a third person where you're following around the killer the whole time. So there's not a whole lot of storyline plot when it comes to that, but it's very different, man. The practical effects are awesome. There's some really cool kill scenes in it. It's very different. I can see why some people wouldn't like it. Probably more the mainstream um, Scream fans or some of the mainstream slasher fans, that sort of thing. But for the old school people that want something different in a slasher movie, it's very cool, man. I would definitely recommend it. It's not perfect by any means. The ending is not my favorite, and um, I probably docked half a point for that, the ending, because I think they could have done a lot with this ending, but they chose not to. But this director, Chris Nash, who also I think he did some ABC's of Death or something like that. Some of the shorts. He did a great job. I mean, this budget couldn't have been very much. They probably spent all the budget on practical effects. The actors and actresses weren't bad at all. The killer is cool. So it's just an interesting slasher. If you're into slashers, I would say go check this out at least once. We saw it in theaters tonight, and strange thing, I went in. It was shot in 4:3, which I thought was kind of crazy. I was like, okay, what am I watching here? The cinematography looks great. It looks beautiful. There is a lot of dark scenes, but the daylight scenes are very, very nice. The kills look great, and there's a lot of shit I didn't see coming when it came to the kills. So I was pretty impressed with all that shit. But yeah, I would highly recommend checking this out if you haven't. It just might be coming to Shutter here in the next month or two, so keep an eye out on that. I'm glad I went to the theaters to support this because a lot of these smaller movies like this, I want to pay money to support. Like I wouldn't consider this the best horror film of the year. I would say it's up there though. It's pretty entertaining. I think I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, that sort of thing. Um, Between this and Late Night with the Devil, of course, I think that's probably the best movie so far this year. But this is a lot of fun. So if you're into slasher movies, you're into Friday 13th. I mean, this is definitely a Friday 13th ripoff, which is cool because I mean we don't get a lot of good ones like that. I don't know if they can really make a sequel to this. I kind of hope they don't because it's kind of its own thing. But yeah, it's definitely different for a slasher film. Third person, you're following the killer the whole time. You jump into the conversations with some of these other characters, and it's different, man. It's cool. So let me know what you think about this movie. I'm very, very curious. I actually talked to some people walking out of the movie. So there was probably like, 4 people in the theater total. So there's a couple other people. I asked them. They were a younger generation. I asked them what they thought. They thought it'd be more like Friday 13th. They said it wasn't bad. So that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. A lot of people aren't big fans of it, but I feel like there is an audience for this, and I was an audience. I was definitely in the audience for it. I thought it was good. So Check it out. 7.5 out of 10 for Riverman's reviews here. But yeah, In a Violent Nature. Talk to you guys later.